WAEC INFOBOX is brought to you by the West African Examinations Council in partnership with Ovueta and supported by BIC and ULESSON.
WAEC INFOBOX.
Hello, welcome to another episode of WAEC INFOBOX, the most authoritative television program on education and examinations in Nigeria and West Africa in general. I am Rhoda Orakin. Confucius, Master Kong, the Chinese philosopher and politician of the spring and autumn period, who was traditionally considered as the paragon of Chinese sages, said, "By these three methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. Third, by experience, which is bitterest." In this episode of WAEC INFOBOX, we bring you an exclusive interview. But first, let us take the education news and innovation. I'll be right back.
Hey, I miss you.
It's not working.
What?
It's just not working.
Excuse me? You told me you love me and now it's not working?
The pen.
Who the heck is Jen?
There's just nothing. What's the problem?
Jen, huh?
Who?
For next time, Big Crystal Original. Get a pen you can rely on.
Are you looking for a world-class aptitude testing service in Nigeria? Here we are. The West African Examinations Council delivers reliable and standardized computer and paper-based aptitude testing service for recruitment, promotion, entrance, guidance and scholarship needs. Our services are a breath of fresh air in a highly competitive business environment. For inquiries, please call 080-2310-3924, 080-3414-9549, or send an email to aptitudetestdepartment@waec.org.ng. The integrity of our aptitude test services is unbeatable.
Do you want to work in the film and TV industry? Are you passionate about acting, screenwriting, and more? Then register at the NIJ Film and TV Academy. The academy, set up by the Nigerian Institute of Journalism, will commence with 7 courses: screen acting, screenwriting, cinematography, film directing, film editing, film sound production, and television production. At the NIJ Film and TV Academy, you will receive hands-on training by industry experts and internship opportunities. Register now at nijfilmandtv.com or call 080-2325-2756 or 080-6591-1247. NIJ Film and TV Academy, making effective impact for creativity.
This week on the news, federal government approves 30 billion naira for polytechnics, colleges of education. The federal government has approved 30 billion naira for polytechnics and colleges of education in the country. The approval came on the heels of a series of agitations for better welfare for members by the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, ASUP. The Minister of Education, Malam Adamu, disclosed this at a roundtable organized by ASUP in Abuja with the theme, Repositioning Nigeria's Polytechnics for National Relevance and Global Competitiveness. The minister said, "I am glad to report that as part of the realization of the pivotal roles of polytechnics to the advancement of Nigeria, Mr. President has approved a sum of 30 billion naira to ameliorate the challenges facing polytechnics and colleges of education in Nigeria." Part-time sundry students' admission must pass through JAMB. Universities and other tertiary institutions running degree programs can no longer admit candidates into their sandwich, distance learning, part-time, and other programs directly, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board has said. The board also said it has cancelled the regularization of backdoor admissions conducted by higher institutions going forward. The board said, henceforth, all admissions into the various programs in tertiary institutions must be processed through it, warning the institutions against flouting the new rule. JAMB announced the new advisory in its weekly news bulletin on Monday in Abuja and made it available to WAEC INFOBOX by its head of media and protocol, Dr. Fabian Benjamin. And that's the news for this week on WAEC INFOBOX.
My name is Frances Iweha Onupu. I'm a Senior Deputy Registrar and Head, Test Development Division, WAEC Nigeria. I urge you to watch WAEC INFOBOX for all your relevant, reliable and educative information about the West African Examinations Council.
Actually, if I want to say education is a scam in this country, I would say yes, I will agree to that. But looking at the other way around, in this life, you need to be educated. Sometimes it's not really about the certificate. It's about you knowing your right, knowing your left from the right. Trying to have a discerning spirit. Trying to know for people not to cheat you. Those are the advantages of education.
Education is not a scam. Education plays a major role in our society in one way or the other. Without education, I believe there are some certain things in life that we can't achieve.
Well, maybe they don't have much about education, because without education, there's no country that have a future. And I can assure you, education and technology is the way forward of any country. And you can see in any community that there is no education, you can't see any progress going there.
Education is a scam. And if you believe education is a scam, you try ignorance. Education is never a scam. Education is a legacy, the best legacy a person can never have in life and achieve in life.
So it seems like right now they do say that it's no longer all about the certificates, it's about the certificates. Certificate, that means what you sabi in life is what can take you far. So it's all about what your handwork can do, what your passion can get you to, that can actually make you to achieve what you want to attain in life.
Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that. But the truly great make you feel that you too can become great. We learn more by looking for the answers to a question and not finding it than we do when we learn the answers itself. Let us now join Mr. Theophilus Akatuba as he asks important questions in this interview.
Hello, welcome to another great interview moment on WAEC INFOBOX, your very authoritative television program on education and of course the West African Examinations Council. Some time ago, I told you when I interviewed one of the top officials that I was bringing to you the heart of WAEC. But today I am bringing you the face of WAEC. The division that is responsible for your interface with WAEC. If you're writing the WAEC examinations, a division is responsible for administering that exam. If you are seeking to validate or to confirm your result, a division is responsible. If you want to accredit your school for WAEC examinations, a division is responsible for that. So you know what you're going to do? You're going to take your seat right now and call all your other co-educators that this is the time to know what you have always been looking forward to. I have as my guest today, very important senior official of the West African Examinations Council, Dr. Olusoya Francis Da Costa is my guest. It's a pleasure to be here, sir.
It's a pleasure having you here too.
All right, sir. Please, just before I start, I don't want to go into the main business just yet. Can you please take me through the very beginning, the beginning of your journey with WAEC?
I joined the West African Examinations Council as an assistant registrar in October 1989. That is almost 32 years ago. I began as a subject officer in the Test Development Division of the Council. I was saddled with the development of test papers in some technical subjects because of my background as an engineer. And I spent quite a number of years in the Test Development Division before I was moved to the school exams department, where I spent a very short time, and from there to head the Works division as Director of Works. And from the Works division, I was reposted to the Test Administration division as Senior Deputy Registrar. So that has been my journey. It's been a very wonderful experience working for this international organization that has continued to maintain standards.
That's a very rich history, what you have said, 32 years of service to fatherland, 32 years of meritorious service. All right, please, sir, how important is the role of the Test Administration Division in the management of examinations in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. I'm proud to say that the Test Administration Division of the Council is the most visible of all the divisions. Visible in the sense that it is the division that I can call the face of the council.
What are these criteria? Because those who are watching right now will want to know, what does it take for my school to be accredited? Someone has just set up a school and is watching the program right now. Can you please take us through some of those criteria, sir?
The process begins with the school approaching the State Ministry of Education, who will do their own inspection, and through the ministry a report is sent to us, and then we raise a team of experienced staff to go and carry out the inspection of the school. We have quite a number of things we look out for when we inspect schools. We look out for proper registration of the school with the Corporate Affairs Commission. We look at the constitution of the board of the school. We look at whether the school has a standing Parents Teachers Association. Then we look at the physical structures. We look at amenities. We look at equipment. We look at laboratories. We look at workshops. And then we also scrutinize the qualifications of the teachers in the school. We go ahead to also look at the records available in the school, the attendance registers of the candidates, lesson notes of the teachers. We look at recreational facilities, sanitation facilities, health facilities, and so many other things. In fact, we look out for the signpost of the school. We also check whether the school is easily accessible. So these are some of the things that we look out for when we go on inspection of schools. And after that, we can now say, okay, yes, you are ready to present candidates for this subject and that subject.
As the head of the Test Administration Division, someone who manages such diverse and huge operations, and naturally there's nothing you do without challenges, but I want you to take us through some of the common challenges that you face in your day-to-day operations.
Well. Can I remember any now? Well, God has always been with the council. We have had our challenges, especially those times when issues arise that may want to affect the continued existence of the council in Nigeria. We had such a period when certain issues came up and the existence of the council was really threatened. But we were always happy that the council has continued to remain, and I know that we will continue to remain.
WAEC INFOBOX.
Before lesson, learning was extremely difficult for me.
Studying was okay, but it was hectic.
After I started using the lesson app, things started getting better for me, and I started studying more than I used to.
Biology has become a piece of cake, because with any time in an exam hall where I'm forgetting something, any subject of biology, I'll just remember the picture a tutor used to describe a particular thing, and I'll quickly remember.
When we got this lesson app and she started to study, beyond our imagination and thoughts, she cleared her papers in SS2. I must tell you, it made me proud. I'm very happy.
Download on the Google Play Store and Apple App Store.
Wow, with BIC, you'll find all the essentials for a successful school year. Colorings, pencils, and of course, your favorite BIC crystal and 4 color pens. Write your future with BIC.
WAEC INFOBOX. Sir, how are you able to manage? I mean, in the function, are you able to manage to reduce examination or to prevent exam malpractice?
Beginning from the recruitment process, first of staff into the council, we carry out our security checks, our background checks. We ensure that people we are engaging as staff of the council are people of high integrity. We also have internal procedures in place to monitor the activities of all our staff. For example, staff are on the field now, distributing exam materials and inspecting exam centers. But you have another level of staff that will go out, not just to monitor the conduct of the exam, but also to monitor the conduct of the staff.
Sir, when we were young, we had this idea that sometimes when you don't get good grades, you say maybe the examiner who marked your paper must have had a bad day. He quarreled with his wife and has transferred this aggression to marking my paper. So I did well, but I don't know why they didn't give me the right grades. How do you manage, to prevent that from happening? How do you check? How do you, spot when an examiner or a marker is being sentimental in awarding marks?
We arrange for the marking of the scripts. In 2020, we used 80 marking centers to mark the scripts of over 1.5 million candidates.
In the year of COVID.
Yes, in the year of COVID. This year we are going to be using 85 centers. Last year we used about 78,000 examiners. Examiners are the people that mark the candidate scripts, and again they are teachers, either in tertiary or in secondary, people who have had experience over time in marking candidate scripts. We call it the halo effect. For example, an examiner had a fight with his wife, and he goes to mark the scripts of the candidates. One would want to think that the man in his anger may want to transfer the aggression in the marking of this. Yes, we have many layers of quality checks. If anybody is not marking according to the marking guide, which we call the marking schemes, we have a way of knowing. The first check is that when an examiner is giving a pack of scripts, the first 60 scripts marked by the examiner is vetted by the team leader. We have this hierarchy. We have the chief examiner, we have the team leader, and then we have the assistant examiners. The assistant examiners are the ones in majority. So you have a team leader to a group of about 8 examiners. So when the examiners in a team have marked their first few scripts, the scripts are taken to the team leader for vetting. They are not expected to continue with marking until the first few scripts have been vetted. And when we do vetting, we want to assure ourselves that everybody is marking according to the standardized marking scheme. If somebody is marking in Kaura Namuda and another person is marking in Yenagua, somebody is marking in Okemesi, they will be marking according to the same standard and according to the marking guide. If it is found that you are not marking according to the marking scheme, you are counseled. They give you an opportunity to go and do some corrections. But if it is discovered that you are not geared, you are not wired to mark well, you are stopped from marking. So you see, the council goes to a great extent to ensure that no Nigerian child is unjustly treated.
Wow, so much to learn in one particular moment of interview. Like I said before, sir, all that you have to give, to tell us, obviously cannot be exhausted in one, interview opportunity. We hope that we have more times to talk. But before you leave, sir, let's talk about something. This, there is this examiner's report that I believe that...
Straight away, let me tell you, the chief examiner's report is a report that every chief examiner must write. We have 76 subjects and we have about 109 paper components. And for each of these paper components or subjects, you have either the team leader in charge or the chief examiner writing about how the candidates performed. It will begin by writing what the expectations of the examiners were, and then it will now tell in that report how the candidates performed, and will now give recommendations for better performance in the future. It is a document that any school that is worth its salt would want to have access to. And then there is a link already on our website that when you click on it, you can get to
on the main official
yes.
Okay. WAEC INFOBOX.
My name is Yusuf Ari, Director of Administration, WAEC Nigeria. WAEC INFOBOX is a rich, enlightening television program. Keep watching WAEC INFOBOX.
WAEC INFOBOX. Sir, apart from the general vision of the head of national office, what is your own vision for the test administration division of WAEC Nigeria?
Just like Martin Luther Jr. said, he had a dream. I also have a dream of that day when Nigeria will have all the necessary infrastructure that will support the exams council in doing, for starters, all the objective items, question papers, where candidates can sit. You come in at any time, within a stipulated period, and write your objective questions online as they do in JAMB. And then you are left with the essay, which can be scheduled. My dream is that in any exam year for senior secondary 3 students, say between January and March, you have written all your objective tests online, and the scores have already been taken up. So you come for your essay papers, very well structured also. You write your essay papers, and then we are able to mark those scripts electronically. The council has been on electronic marking, and we are still this exam, some of the subjects will be marked electronically, but my dream is for that day when all our papers will be marked electronically. And then ultimately, because people have had comments, especially during the lockdown, where people were saying, why can't WAEC do the exam online? Look, 76 subjects, over 100 paper components to be administered to 1.6 million candidates across the nation.
The battle against examination malpractice, are you winning or losing?
There is no how evil will prevail over good. I'm sure that with all the measures that we have put in place, we are winning the battle.
Victory is sure for the righteous. That's the message we get today, that there's no way evil can triumph over good. It's been a wonderful moment having this chat with Dr. Olusonya Francis Da Costa, Senior Deputy Registrar and Head of Test Administration of the West African Examinations Council, Nigeria. I have learned a lot, and I'm sure you have as well. And as we continue to persuade him to talk to us much more, there's nothing as good as knowing about something that appears a bit mysterious. It changes the way you relate. It changes the way you think. And I'm sure this interview must have endeared you much more to the foremost examining body, the West African Examinations Council. Till next week, when I bring you another important, very, very important senior official of the West African Examinations Council, and we continue to propagate the message of education.
WAEC INFOBOX. Wow, with BIC, you'll find all the essentials for a successful school year. Colorings, pencils, and of course, your favorite BIC crystal and 4 color pens. Write your future with BIC.
I hope you have enjoyed this episode and learned as much as I did. It is time to draw the curtain on another episode of WAEC INFOBOX. The whole world opened to me when I learned to read. Man's mind, once fully stretched by a new idea, can never regain its original dimensions. So, seek to be educated, get educated. I am Rhoda Murakio. Goodbye.
WAEC INFOBOX was brought to you by the West African Examinations Council in partnership with Ovueta and supported by BIC and ULESSON. That's it for today on WAEC INFOBOX. We hope to see you back here, same station, same time.